Hi, Jessie Cannizzaro from the Milestone Plumbing team. One of the common questions we get on a regular basis is, where do I turn the water off in my house in the event of an emergency? The first thing to do if you're not sure where to look is to find the front of your home. This is the front-facing wall to the street here in this residence. The meter is normally going to be located at that wall. Now, if you live in a home that's on a corner, sometimes it can be on the opposite corner, or if you're inside of an older home, sometimes they bring the water meters and the services in at the back of the house. This one is very common to have in the front, which is what we have here. I'm going to run through the parts of what we're looking at here just to kind of ease and eliminate some of that concern, and it's not as scary as it looks, like people often think that it is. This is the service that comes in from the street. The street has their piping out in the road. There's a curb stop that you can use to turn the water on and off out in the street, and then it comes up into the basement residence as we have here. This valve is a main shutoff valve that is before the water meter because it's on the service side of our meter. There is also a secondary shutoff valve that is after the water meter. These are the two main controls that we use for this particular home to shut the water off in the event of an emergency or to provide service throughout the house. Right in the middle is a typical water meter from the utility that'll have a dial. There's also a cord here that does relay what the meter readings are so that the utility can charge appropriately with their water bill. These wood pieces underneath, this homeowner has simply put those there so that this meter does not wiggle around a lot. Down in basements, there's lots of different boxes. Things often do get stacked on top. We don't want these pipes to bend because they can start to leak. So this is just something to help provide a little bit of additional support. When an emergency happens and we have a panicked phone call to our office, we do our best to try to help you locate where this is in your home and how to shut the water off. In the event that you have a lever style handle instead of a round, you're going to look to see which way you turn this lever. When the lever is perpendicular to the pipe, it's shutting the water off when it's working appropriately. When this lever is parallel with the pipe, the water can flow through the ball valve part of this valve to deliver water to the home. So in an emergency, turning off either one of these valves will help to stop that water from flowing at wherever the source of the leak may be, or a faucet that will not stop running. If you go out of town, it's also a good idea, in the winter months especially, to try to shut this off if you don't have somebody that needs water inside of the home. This helps if we have a really cold day or if a leak were to start, to prevent more damage from happening. The pipes still have water inside of them, so there still can be some damage, but this prevents water from continuing to run should something go wrong inside of the system. When the water freezes at a hose bib or another location, that can be a source of major water damage, which can also lead to very costly mold remediation. So always a good idea to have the water shut off, but to also have somebody checking in to make sure that the plumbing system is still in safe condition while you are away. There's been great technology advancements with thermostats like the Nest that also allow you to monitor that temperature while you're away. We had a little bit of a situation next door to this residence a few years ago while they were in Disney World, when their home unfortunately had a heating issue and the furnace stopped working. Those homeowners were smart enough to have somebody that was checking in regularly on their house caught that the temperature had significantly dropped. Even though the pipes in their second floor had already frozen, they had not started to expand and break. And with emergency service that night from an HVAC company, they were able to get that furnace running again, get everything flowing again so that they did not have any property damage that occurred. They shortly invested in a Nest after that, and now they're able to help monitor that when they're away. There's also great technology that can be added to your different water meters, or a well if you have a well and you're not on a normal municipal system. Moan makes something called the Flow, which has sensors which can feel and sense the water to shut down the water at the source. It also can relay to your phone if you are using an excessive amount of water to alert you that there could be a broken pipe elsewhere inside of your home. And at the touch of the button with your smartphone, you can actually shut that device down at the meter so that you do not have water continuing to run even if you're in another country.